Hey, it's Andrew Bocher with GY6 Vids, and in today's video I get to review something pretty unique. This is first on the market, not a lot of people have it, and I had the unique opportunity to review it. This is the FG-15 from Freedom Ordnance. I don't want to bore you with all the details quite yet. I want to have a little bit of fun and blast away with this thing, and then we'll jump into the details later in the video and talk about what makes this so much better than anything else like it on the market. And it's 100% US made. Gotta love that. FX9 9mm. I want to see how accurate it is standing offhand, cranking away at a target. All right, let's see what it looks like. Get this little crank handle out, get it into place, onto fire. Here we go. Well, it's not exactly accurate standing offhand, but it'll do. See if we can keep staying on there a little bit tighter. It's a little difficult. You could definitely hit your target, but you're gonna be scaring the shit out of everything else around it too. So you can see, we have, whoa, whistle pig hole. We have a little bit of a group. The other ones were flying kind of in this general direction. All right, loaded up another almost full mag. Want another shot at this target. Safety. Well, and you're getting impacts, but you're also getting impacts over here too. So anything in the general vicinity is going to be like, you may hit something more than just your target. So maybe keep that in mind. Human element, you're cranking the handle, the thing's kind of moving all over the place. I don't expect to have great accuracy out of this, but I do want to try it on a tripod and vise it like a true Gatling gun and put it against the target and crank from there. I'm pretty sure there's still going to be a lot of movement, but it'll be a lot better than that, I'm guessing. Let's go check it out. All right, we're gonna try some 5.56 on accuracy before we go into the tripod aspect of it. We're using the infinity target downrange because I don't want to shoot steel this close and blow holes through it and can have some issues. But infinity targets, self-healing targets, you can use discount code GY6 to get a good discount off of any purchase on their website. Links are in the description, go check them out. You can shoot thousands and thousands of rounds through these silhouette targets and they keep healing one after another after another. I've shot a lot of 50 cal through it, 5.56, 308. All you have to do is spray white primer over top of it to cover up the holes and you're good to go. All right, let's see if we can hold any accuracy with the 5.56. All right, handle out. Let's see. Da 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 da. Not exact. Oh, got a failure to extract. Get out of there. Gun's unsafe. Grip handle's back in. Not exactly accurate. Once again, even with 5.56, you're still hitting your target, but it's not exactly accurate. But as you can tell with this, you're hitting general area, but also kind of once again everywhere else as well. So keep that in mind. But infinity targets, all you gotta do is spray primer on this and it covers those holes up like that. Yep. So you don't have to use the crank handle every time. You can put it back in like a normal grip, throw it on fire and shoot it just like a normal gun, which is really, really cool. I have an idea. So take the can off. This thing breathes legitimate fire and it's loud as hell. One of my favorite builds. Let's do nice and close range. See if we can get a little tune out of this trombone. Oh man, here we go. Good on high speed. Fire in the hole. Oh my God, it's so loud. Mop, mop, mop. If you don't know where that's from, we cannot be friends. All right, moving on. Let's start the fire. That's gotta be anti-cancer, right? It's like so bad, it's reversed. Let's try the right side. Okay, well, third time's a charm. Doesn't always go according to plan, but you know, at the end of the day, at least we got one. All right, so I have this mounted up on my Coyote rig. It allows me to kind of move it around and manipulate it. Now we have a Gatling gun style of shooting. Push this handle out, pull this out. All right, let's rock and roll. You know what? Much more accurate. It's definitely filling that target up with rounds. It's still all over the place because this is still moving, but it's a lot better. So if you wanted to spray and pray downrange and have more of a old school, just Gatling gun style of just, it's a lot of fun. I want to say a shout out to rebelscreed.com. Rebelscreed.com is a patriotic apparel company. They're a huge supporter of the channel. It's a good company to go check out. So if you haven't already, go check them out, rebelscreed.com. I can't state that it's practical. I can't state that it's tactical. I can't state that it's anything you want to use for any real precision. But as far as fun factor goes and putting a smile on your face and other people's faces and having a cool feature attached to your gun that does not modify your gun permanently in any way, it just is an exchange of a grip. That's it. You can shoot down range normally and plink away at targets at 100 yards, no problem, and have some fun. And with the suppressor off and at nighttime, having a crank handle for your friends and for yourself to put a smile on your face, it's kind of hard to beat. Yeah, just a little bit of a flamethrower. All right, so with the FG-15, this is a standard AR grip. It fits onto pretty much any AR lower. It is supplementing the typical grip screw that goes up into the lower of your receiver. So the FG-15 is made with very high quality components. It's not a piece of plastic. It's not plasticky parts. Yeah, the outside housing is plastic. It's that polymer feel of a normal grip would be, but the internals are very high quality. Ordnance grade heat treated steel. So you're getting a lot of good quality and longevity out of the parts that are in this rather than just plastic components. And not only that, but it has high quality ball bearing aspects inside of it. So as you're cranking this handle, not only is it gonna last for a long time, but it's also super smooth. And it allows you to run this with almost any trigger on the market. With the kit, it comes with a bunch of shims. They're little metal shim, like almost like little donuts, and you throw that into the grip itself. You got to pull the spring housing up with the little pin. You slip them underneath of that, and it helps fill in the gap. And also Freedom Ordnance will be able to let you know more about what shims you need to put in for your particular trigger if you have those questions. So as you can see, the internals are very high quality. You get a good purchase on the gun. I was really worried the grip would feel like crap and feel very wonky in the hand because it would have to be so bulky, but it's not. It's actually very slim, very streamlined. You get a good purchase on the gun, and it looks good too. It's got a little bit of texturing on there. I think it'd be little bit better if they had a little bit more texturing. I think adding a little bit more stippling on there, a little bit more texture would be nice because it is a little slippy. That's the only downside I can see right now. But once you put it on the gun, it is solid. There's no wiggle to it. There's no rattle to it. But on the rattle note, I will have to mention that when you touch the handle, there's a little bit of sound, a little bit of motion there. And I'm a stickler for sound and stickler for vibrating components and parts, but when you have your hand on this thing, you don't hear it. So when you're shooting it, you're not gonna hear it because your hand's putting pressure on it. And then when you're cranking it, you're not gonna worry about that noise anyway because you're gonna be cranking the handle and it'll be completely out rather than in the housing. It's kind of a moot point, but I wanted to mention it for those that are sticklers like me for rattling noisy parts. There's a little bit of shift in there, but the grip itself is very solid on the gun, which is nice. Another thing that's great about this is with the parts kit, they do provide a little stainless steel rod that you can use to tighten this down onto your lower. So inside there's a little wheel, they have holes on it, and you can crank that lever left and right to tighten it up as much as you want onto your lower receiver, which is great. But keep in mind, you're using the same detent spring that you would have in your grip. So when you take off your old grip and you put this one on, maintain that spring because you're going to need to put it in this to keep the pin up into your safety. That's how it functions like a normal grip, so just keep that in mind. So to make it function, you simply push right there, you pull on that, and now you have a free moving crank handle. You're in an inert state at this point. It's kind of a standby mode, allows you to kind of wiggle it around where you want it. But once you pull this out even further, you're going to hear a click. That's when it's engaged. Now you have the ability to crank this handle and it's going to engage your trigger. Keep this in mind though, once you have it in this stage, and if your gun is loaded and it's off of safe, it is very simple to rotate this to make it fire. So be very careful. Always maintain proper firearm safety, keep your barrel down range, treat every gun like it's loaded, and once this handle's out and fully engaged, it is very simple and very easy to get that trigger to fire. So keep that in mind. Be very safe out there, be very careful. You can see how fast you can rip off rounds. Now granted, standing offhand, you're not gonna get a ton of accuracy out of this, but it's still a whole lot of fun, and it does spray rounds downrange like crazy. And if you do have this viced up on a tripod, the accuracy does get a lot better. So you'll have the fire modes all the way out and then standby mode, kind of inert modes halfway down, but still make sure your barrel's pointed downrange in a safe direction just in case. Always be safe out there, be very careful. And then it allows you to freely move this grip and allows you to push it back into the handle itself, and it's good to go. And you're back into regular firing mode on your trigger. So that's as simple as it gets. Push it back in, fire away, have fun like normal. When you want to get crazy and do crazy stuff and impress your friends and put a smile on your face, pull it out like that, start cranking the handle and let those freedom seeds fly down range to your heart's content. But the FG-15, definitely high quality, best crank handle action I've ever seen on the market, not plastic garbage like a lot of them. It's, I'm not gonna name names. I'm not trying to bash on other companies, but if you're looking for a crank handle, Gatling gun style addition to your gun, while still maintaining every aspect of a regular AR or PCC or whatever you're putting it on, it's gonna run great. I have had zero issues whatsoever with it. Freedom Ordnance also makes the belt-fed 9mm, which I've done a full review on about 7 or 8 years ago. If you haven't seen that video, click right here. It's a fantastic, fun product. This has been an absolute blast. Thanks for watching, guys. This is Andrew Bocher with UI6 Vids. I will see you next time. Stay tuned. I'm not going anywhere. There might be some lag in between video uploads, but I got a life outside of YouTube, so that's what it is. See you guys next time. Later.